Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning back, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. So, we are going to do a collective message today, and I'm going to take a step aside to let spirit pass through. All right, tap into the energy. And what does the collective need to hear? Okay, so first and foremost, I'm feeling a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders. So you could be experiencing that right now. If you are, obviously, something massage, something like that will help. You can also do like an energy clearing and just release any energy that's no longer serving. Um, and also it could be partially, you could be going through some throat chakra activations as well. So that could be part of it as well. Um, And then I just heard like release the weight of the world energy. So if you feel like you've got a lot on your shoulders right now, do your best to just release it and trust that your higher self will help you navigate that. Okay. All right, Spirit. What do the cards have to say today? Let's see. Okay. Mm, got it. Swords. And okay. Are we doing imagery? Do imagery. Mm. Give me just a minute while I tap into this energy. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is really kind of an ambitious energy. Um, it's really being willing to take charge and move forward. And then with this Magician card here, you've got all the tools needed, you've got all the resources you need, and with this Four of Swords, there's kind of it almost feels like a burnout energy or like an exhaustion energy. And that could be where that tension feeling was coming in the neck and the shoulders, is you could be kind of burning out a little bit. And so if that is you at this time, it's recommended to just take a little bit of a pause, rest a little, do a little self-care, meditate, those kinds of things. Then you've got the Six of Cups here, which is really talking about it's like nostalgia. Kind of going back into childhood and reliving, maybe not really reliving some memories, but really thinking about some of those memories. Um, and you could also be working with children. So that might be a confirmation for somebody. Then we've got the Emperor here. And the Emperor is it's a very just, it's a solid energy. It's, it's divine masculine. It's the energy of all of the kings in the tarot. And it's very, yeah, that's good energy. It's material matters are taken care of. Um, Spiritual, emotional, and mental matters are taken care of. So you've got that energy here. And what I'm picking up is that this is like the dominant energy is the emperor energy, but there's a little bit of maybe this reminiscing of childhood and kind of going back in time mentally, that could be leading to some of this mental exhaustion as well. So if you do find yourself ruminating about the past or really thinking about the past a lot, do some things so that you can release and move through it and call your energy back into the now moment. You can do something like journaling, um, cord cutting, those kinds of things, and that'll help as well. If you're going back into childhood and finding like joyous moments, that's that's a good way to bring in that energy into this now moment as well. So there's kind of a twofold thing there. If you're going back and you're revisiting, past traumas and things like that, um, just make sure if you're moving through it to heal it, make sure you're moving it, like moving through it. Make sure you're not getting stuck there. And then also do call your energy back into this now moment, and that will really really help. And you can even affirm that in the comments and just say I call all of my energy back. And that's a way to really affirm this energy and really ground your energy into this now moment. Yeah. Then we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse over here. And what I'm picking up from this could be it's a slight out of balance. And so maybe you're spending a lot of time working at the moment, or yeah, cuz Pentacles, that's the earth element. So that's your physical experience. So it could be spending a lot of time and energy and work, and then some of your like maybe your personal relationships, maybe your mental health, maybe your emotional or spiritual health is kind of slipping a little is what I heard. So this could just be a little call to find some balance. It and obviously this is going to vary for different timelines and what you guys are doing and stuff, but it ebb and flows a lot, especially if you're entrepreneurial. It's going to ebb and flow. It's going to be, sometimes it's 7-day work weeks and, you know, 25-hour days, just building something. And so that could be what's going on here as well, is if you're in that energy, this is just a call to tend to some other matters as well. Make some time to focus on some interpersonal relationships. Make some time to focus on your emotional, spiritual, and mental health as well, because that's going to allow you to show up and, really kick ass and work that much more. Um, okay, I'm being told to look at some of the imagery here. Let's see what comes through. Okay, so in the Six of Cups card, what I'm picking up, there's a lot of like roots going on. And so maybe, okay, sorry about that. I don't know if you could hear that in the background. But that was a notification on one of the devices that went off. Um, so that's for me, that's extra confirmation. So what I was really getting into here is there's a lot of roots going on. And maybe what's happening is you're going back into childhood and you are I'm picking up definitely some healing energy, and then also figuring out how that's going to really help you now. And there's a fine balance of remembering and getting stuck in those thought patterns, basically. If you find yourself constantly going back to childhood memories and it's having an effect on your energy level, that's a sign that there's something there that needs to be healed, and then you need to bring your energy back. You don't need to, but it will be beneficial for you to bring your energy back into the now moment. And sometimes there's certain points in our life when, especially traumas, where really doing that work to heal it will help you be able to pull yourself those little soul fragments that can get stuck. It will help you to pull that energy back and maintain it. And so if you've got a little soul fragment stuck in a past experience, every time you call back your energy, if you can continuously do that, and that will help. Um Another thing though is just Oh, okay. We have a little visitor. Um, so this kitty's name is Freya. So that might be a confirmation for somebody. And I think she might have just came over here to pull two more cards off of a different deck. So we'll look into that to get more clarification. Thank you, little Frey Frey. Um, and with that, okay, so you could be dealing with a lot of distractions right now. Normally when I get interrupted a lot during a reading, it's because it's a distracted energy. There's lots of interruptions, and that could be part of what's mentally draining you as well. So that just may be a confirmation for somebody, that may be a little confirmation to do some things to where you can focus on certain things a little bit better. And so maybe that's rearranging your schedule. Maybe that's setting up certain time blocks to do certain things. That's just a little side note for somebody. But let's see what cards she just flipped out for us. Because yeah, this is totally a part of the message. Okay. So this is the dream. What is it? This is the Dreamweaver's Oracle that the kitty tail flipped some cards off of. Um, this card is Only Weavers Know the Time, and this is really talking about divine timing. This is about releasing some of those attachments to the human ideal of time, and this needs to be done by this time, and this needs to be done by this age, and so on and so forth. We put a lot of pressures on ourselves as humans, and think like, well, I need to have this accomplished by this age and this accomplished by that age. And this is really a nudge to just say divine timing is really at play here. And so release a lot of those worries and things in that regard, and just know that you can fight it all you want to. It's going to happen when it's meant to happen, because your higher self is seeing things from a different perspective. And sometimes our human self gets really frustrated with that process. The higher self can see the big picture and is like, well, if you wait just a little bit longer, it's actually going to work out more beneficial. So, sometimes we think, oh, well, we want this thing right now, and then we wait a little bit, and then when divine timing has its play and its turn to really work things out for us, and we just allow it, all of a sudden that thing that we originally wanted is 1,000 times bigger, better, brighter, and brings way more joy. And we're given that space to heal some of this childhood stuff, bring the inner child out to play. Yeah, those kinds of things. The other one that came out is For the Wind That Blows Our Sails. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, I do not know the meaning of this card, and I'm not picking up anything from the imagery, so I'm going to go ahead and read this really quick out of the book. Um, and we'll get a little more confirmation here. So let's see. Forward movement, coming out of a slow period, a time for action. Okay, yeah, and then with that Knight of Wands, that's kind of an action card. I mean, not kind of, it is. It's an action card. Like, it's very ambitious and move forward. There's another card here that's got that kind of energy too. Might be the Emperor. Let's see. It says this is the time for action. Your obstacles have dissolved. You've integrated the deep work you've been doing, and you're on the other side of the dry spell. How wonderful to now have the energy to take the next steps unencumbered by the past. This is a time of new beginnings, of the excitement that comes with seeing your dreams coming to fruition after challenging work. Others may call you lucky, but you know what work it took to get here. This time of expansion is not one to take lightly or for granted. Smooth sailing is not always offered to you, especially as you venture into uncharted territory. Now the wind that blows your sails is steady, and you feel the hand of the divine next to yours on the wheel. Stay in touch with that partnership. Stay awake and aware as waves can rise up out of nowhere. Have confidence that you are sailing in the perfect direction for you toward a destiny that will flourish. Go the distance. That's awesome. So that's definitely the recommendation right now is to trust in divine timing and know that you're really, if the time isn't like right this minute, it's like right around the corner. And you're being nudged into that action. So if you're feeling that call to action and it's coming from that soul level, that divinely guided place, definitely take those moves in whatever way that is for you. Because that's what's really going to shift you into a place where you are just in your highest timeline. Which I'm really picking up for the collective right now is it's really this energy of just massive amounts of work being done, and you're just like you've shifted timelines already. You've shifted paradigms. You've done so much work. And now it's really at the time where you're just like right there and you're just shifting into that highest timeline. And there might be a couple things that are coming up that are bringing a little bit of, I heard anxiety, which I mean, that might be an accurate description. Uh, it feels like just a little bit of resistance, and it does feel like a little bit of a fear-based kind of, like an oh shit type of energy. Like, I've been wanting this for so long. Is it really here right now? And I really like, it's time to step up or shut up kind of energy. Um, yeah, yeah, that's really the message that I'm getting. And the now moment and the time is now, that is really coming in. So if you are resonating with this message and you are feeling that call, take that action. It's divinely guided, it's divinely orchestrated, divine timing is at play, and now is the time. And you can affirm that in the comments as well and say, you know, my time is now. I'm taking action now. Something like that. And that will really help affirm this energy. You can write it down. You can speak it aloud. It's just a way to really affirm it and to really take that message on and take this energy on if it is yours and really affirm it, claim it, and be in it. And just know, I mean, you've got all the tools that you need here with the magician. You've got all the resources you need. It's being provided for. If you don't fully see it right now, trust that it's there because it is there. It just might not be fully in the physical yet, but you're bringing it in. And understand that if it feels a little out of reach, it's not. Um, okay. Okay. So with this Four of Swords, I was just told I've been looking at the imagery here of these cards as well. And with the Four of Swords here, there's like this, it's kind of this just below the surface, unsettled emotional energy. And if you're feeling that, just ground, center, release. You can write it down, journal it out, that kind of thing. And just know that, I mean, you're with divinely guided action, that's going to settle. And it's normal to have some of those little bit of like, ooh, energies coming up when you're embarking on the new thing. And so just remember that. It's one of those like not many people are comfortable the first time they drive a car. It's very stressful. It's very, you're all over the road and you're weaving and you don't really know, the muscle memory isn't there to like, you know, just barely move the steering wheel and things like that. And so it's normal to have some of those emotions, and don't let that stop you. Don't tap into those and like hold on to them and let that halt your progress, because that's just something, it's going to smooth out as you take this action. And it's not going to smooth out beforehand, because it's through that divinely guided action that's going to bring more of that peace and that calmness with it. And that's also something as well with confidence, is confidence comes through experience. And so just know that oftentimes when, you hear it as imposter syndrome and this and that and the other, it's really just you haven't done it a whole lot yet. And maybe it's something you've been doing for a long time, but you're shifting it into a different way. So let's say maybe you've been creating art for a long time and now it's time to put your art into a gallery. And even though you've been doing it for so long, it doesn't feel like you should have those emotions because you've done it before and maybe you're even selling it and, things like that. But to have your art in a gallery, it's a different experience. And so with that, it's normal to have those little bit of jitters when you embark on something or take something to the next level. That's what I'm really picking up on. Thank you, Spirit. It's really taking something to that next level. And this is a level up type of energy. And you're really, I mean, you've got everything you need to do this. And it's just a little bit of be mindful of the burnout, take care of yourself, definitely rest, rejuvenate, do those things, keep amp up on your spiritual hygiene, be mindful of your mental health, and your emotional health, and obviously your physical health as well. And just know that you are ready. You're ready for this. So, all right, Spirit. See if there's anything else that wants to come out in the imagery here. Okay, so when I was looking at this emperor, something that just kind of came through was heavy as the head that wears the crown. And I was gonna say I don't know where that came from, but it came from spirit. So, um, that could be part of what is leading to the a little bit of this energy that you're being asked to release at this time is i- if you feel like you've got, yeah, there's that weight of the world on your shoulders energy. So that makes sense. Okay, thank you, spirit. So if you're feeling like that, just know that you have the resources and the ability to navigate this. And something else that just kind of came through is when there's like this weird thing that happens, especially if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, that kind of thing. But this can also happen if you're, in a different kind of career where it's like this. At first, you have to do all the things. And then it's very exhausting. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy to start something. And then once you get to a certain level, you get more of the resources in to then delegate some of those tasks out, and then you get your time and your energy back from those kinds of things. Remember, I think it's the 3% rule. Do we want to talk about that, Spirit? Okay, it's the 3% or 5% rule. And what it is there's certain things that only you can do. And so sitting, I'm a big fan of pen to paper. I say it all the time. So if you want to write it down, I always think that that's a great way to like see it on paper and then you can kind of navigate it. Write down the things that only you can do. Okay, so for an example, let's say that we'll use the artist as an example. Let's say you're a painter. Okay, there's certain things only you can do. So you're the only one that can put what is coming in onto the canvas or whatever I was gonna say medium, but that's not right. Whatever, yeah. Anyways, the word's gone. Canvas, or maybe you paint wood, like, wood signs or furniture or something. Um, you're the only one that can get that vision onto whatever, canvas that you're working with. Um, Other than that, though, when it comes to all of the technical things, even down to at a certain point, even down to having somebody else get you your supplies, having like an assistant type of person that, goes out and gets you the supplies that you need so you can just keep on painting. And then you've got somebody else that helps you, curate and sell it and all of those things. Um, that's where it's like, I'm picking up, you're kind of in that energy right now of where you've been doing everything. And what spirit is really coming through and saying is you're almost there, and so do your best to move through this little bit of burnout type exhaustion energy. And the message here also isn't to just muscle through it, it's to take a few steps aside and put some more energy back into the self, focus a little more on some other things, interpersonal relationships, things like that. And then also know that it's like it's just a little bit longer that you're going to need to do all the things. And if you can start delegating it out now, definitely do that. That's part of this message as well. Is some of you are in a position where maybe you're debating on, if you are at the point of getting a virtual assistant, or, it could be hiring somebody to help, clean the house once a week, even once a month, and hire somebody to clean the baseboards, that kind of thing. Um, just a little bit of help in some of these aspects. And then that's going to help free up some of that energy. And then just know that you're on that track to be able to free up more and more and more of your time and your energy to focus on what it is that you are creating and really passionate about. And with that, I think it's 3%, it might be 5, but with that rule, um it's really just being mindful that there's a certain amount of things in your life that only you can do. And when we release the control that we have of like the dishes need to be done a certain way, like if they get clean and they get put away, that's the main thing. Um so it's also kind of releasing some of that. So maybe there's a little bit of release that is coming up around control, and not in a bad way, just in a way, like particular way of, well, I'm the only one that can do it because I do it like this. And the thing is it's quicker to go back and edit than it is to write the whole thing and edit and everything else. Um, so that's a little bit of a message here for somebody as well. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? All right. Well, I think that is all. Maybe. Okay. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. I really hope that it helps. If this is your message, let me know in the comments below. If you like this message, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you would like to see more messages from me, you can hit that subscribe button. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And I will see you on the next reading. Bye.